Welcome to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Here's a look at what's coming up.
It's through fashion that we begin to have a deeper connection with each other.
The Cleveland Museum of Art presents its largest ever fashion exhibit, Renaissance to Runway.
We are taking an active approach to address this and bring the offenders to justice.
More car break-ins in the city. What Cleveland police are asking from residents as they search for the people responsible.
It's always been like home. Yeah, the station was always, bigger than life. The men were bigger than life.
Cleveland firefighters say goodbye to what was once their fire home. TV20 takes a look back at the memories, brotherhood, and service of the historic Station 26. Cleveland police say they're still looking for all the people involved in the car break-ins taking place across the city. They provided an update in Ohio City where a lot of those break-ins are happening.
What we're finding are a lot of young people are going out, in the overnight hours, and they're breaking people's windows. A lot of times they're not even taking anything, but breaking someone's car window, especially in the wintertime, it's very impactful for our residents. We are taking an active approach to address this and bring the offenders to justice, but also we need their help in keeping an eyes and ears, in the community. And if they capture any footage that's related to these vehicle break-ins, to share that with us as well.
Cleveland police recently announced a new initiative called STANCE. It stands for Street and Nuisance Crime Enforcement. It was launched to fight the surge in car break-ins and other quality of life crimes. Police say a team of officers will work with the division's crime analysis unit to use real-time data, crime mapping technology, and community reports. In recent weeks, police have said they've arrested 23 people, mainly minors, suspected of committing car break-ins. Now here's a look at what took place at this week's City Council meeting. Council members passed legislation authorizing the city to enter into a $500,000 contract with Case Western Reserve University Mandel School of Applied Social Sciences for professional services necessary to continue the first-year Cleveland program, and authorizing any agreements needed to implement for a period of 2 years. In 2016, Cleveland City Council championed and created First Year Cleveland to identify and address the high black infant mortality rate in the city of Cleveland. First Year Cleveland continues to effectively coordinate community services, lead interconnected solutions, and be uniquely sensitive to the needs of expectant mothers, fathers, caregivers, and families. Council passed legislation for it to enter into an agreement with Western Reserve Land Conservancy, doing business as Thriving Communities Institute, to provide professional services regarding signature green space creation, planning and policy, vacant land reforestation, and Reforest Our City program. The $150,000 contract is for a 1-year period with 3 one-year options to renew. Finally, council members Jenny Spencer, Rebecca Moore, and Lauren Welch sponsored a resolution recognizing Transgender Day of Remembrance on November 20th, 2025, to honor the memory of transgender individuals whose lives were taken by anti-transgender violence, and reaffirming the city of Cleveland as a community where transgender individuals are welcome, and our commitment to transgender equality and codified anti-discrimination protections and laws for our LGBTQ+ community. That's your Cleveland City Council wrap for this week. Stay tuned to TV20 for more updates on how council decisions shape our city. There's a new housing unit within the Cuyahoga Corrections Center, specifically for veterans. This specialized pod within the facility provides resources, help, and guidance to residents who have served in the armed forces.
Our goal with the Veterans Housing Unit is to provide veterans with coordinated care and guidance rooted in trauma-informed practices, helping them to rebuild their lives following encounters with our criminal justice system, reentry preparation, with job preparation, housing preparation, and probably most importantly, building community here in this pod, where members of our armed services and our veterans will find lifelong friends, peers to lean on when they're back into our communities.
A lot of times we have situations where veterans are just in a space that they didn't envision themselves being in, and now they're here, they're in this situation. So what can we do? What we can do is acknowledge their service, acknowledge their commitment, and provide them some opportunities so that when they do return back to society, they don't return here.
Cuyahoga County leaders say this represents the county's commitment to strengthening support services and honoring the needs of justice-involved veterans. Congratulations to all the officers honored at the Cleveland Division of Police's First District Community Relations Awards ceremony. Numerous officers were honored for their brave and heroic actions over the past year. Many awards were also given out, including the Citizens Pin, which honored Tyler Soden, who rescued a woman and 2 small children trapped on a porch roof as the house was on fire. TV20 would like to congratulate all the awardees and thank them for their heroic work. You can watch the entire awards ceremony here on TV20 or on TV20 Cleveland's YouTube page. It's time for a brand new exhibit at the Cleveland Museum of Art. This one is all about fashion and history. TV20's Cornell Calhoun III gives us a look.
Greetings, Cleveland. I'm TV20's Cornell Calhoun III at the Cleveland Museum of Art for their enduring and exquisite exhibition, Renaissance to Runway. Let's check it out.
It's 80 fashions and 40 accessories.
The Cleveland Museum of Art presents its largest ever fashion exhibit, Renaissance to Runway, the enduring Italian houses.
It's a very wide-ranging retrospective of Italian fashion history in conversation with Italian early modern art.
Versace, Valentino, Armani. The exhibition includes ensembles and jewelries from Italian fashion icons.
You know, we're going through about to enter into the holiday season. And so the primary thing, I want people to come and escape with the glamour, escape with the excitement of all of these incredible fashion houses and their creative output.
Darnell Jamal Lisby is the Cleveland Museum of Art's first fashion curator. This is the 4th fashion exhibition he's led here.
We did New Black Vanguard, we did Egyptomania, Fashion's Conflicted Obsession, Korean Couture, and now Renaissance to Runway. It was certainly a very monumental task to mobilize everybody to really kind of get very disciplined and focused on how to materialize what we were able to do. And I'm proud to say that we did it.
The pieces explore modern and contemporary Italian fashions and accessories with Italian fine, decorative, and textile arts from the 1400s to the 1600s.
Well, how can I connect the past to the present? Why not speak about the past through the contemporary designs of Italian fashion designers and creatives over the course of the last century?
The show has many highlights, but a few include a version of a gown remade for actress Blake Lively's 2018 Met Gala look. And this angelic look, inspired by Italian early modern art in works with Catholic and Christian themes.
I wanted to have each moment that you move throughout the show, you have a moment that just hits your eye. When it comes to how beautiful not only the silhouettes and also the implication of the design is for each individual garment or each individual accessory, but also how each one is tied in this kind of beautiful fabric of Italian creative lexicon in connection to Italian early modern art.
Tickets for Renaissance to Runway are on sale now. Celebrating art, culture, and community at the Cleveland Museum of Art. Renaissance to Runway, here until February. I'm Cornell Calhoun III for TV20. We are Cleveland.
I mean, you can look at all the natural beauty here from years ago. The station has been open since the 1800s.
Many good memories, many good memories.
It's nice to be able to just experience being at the fire station and working with my dad and being, not only a son, but also a peer.
For more than a century, Cleveland Station 26 has stood as a symbol of service, family, and tradition. Now, firefighters are leaving the historic firehouse for a newer, safer facility just up Kinsman Road. TV20 speaks to former and current firefighters as they reflect on the memories and meaning within these old brick walls. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Do stay tuned for Station 26, saying goodbye to a piece of Cleveland history. That's coming up next on TV20.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland!
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland. We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland and proud of it.
Did you know that in the city of Cleveland, you can text 911 and the message goes directly to our communications center? Our dispatch staff will communicate with you via their keyboard, asking the same questions necessary to dispatch police, fire, or EMS emergency services. Keep this in mind if you are in the city and making an emergency phone call that might be a challenge.
This safety message is brought to you by the City of Cleveland Division of Police.
Hi, my name is Gabriela Lopez, and I am the Community Engagement Coordinator for Family Connections. We are here to help parents and children learn and grow together. You can find us here at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank Community Resource Center. Right now, we offer fun playgroups, help for parents, and tools to support your child's learning and development. Soon, we will be starting pop-up playrooms where kids can play and learn, and parent cafes where grown-ups can talk, share ideas, and get support. Come visit us at our playroom to learn more, or go to familyconnectionsneo.org. We are happy to be here with you today.
Look at all the natural beauty here from years ago. This station has been open since the 1800s.
For 125 years, firefighters have answered the call from the historic Station 26 on Kinsman Road.
I think it's a jewel. I think this is a jewel.
Being able to say that you went to a fire and went down a fire pole that somebody 100 years ago went to, like, that's pretty interesting.
The walls lined with memories, photos, and generations of service.
Many good memories. Many good memories.
It's always been like home. Yeah, the station was always, bigger than life. The men were bigger than life. It's sad that we're closing the station, but I think you would understand that it's inevitable that things change.
This is a story about family, brotherhood, and the bittersweet reality of change.
It's a very unique looking station. I think it's one of the greatest stations in the country.
It was the oldest continuously open fire station in Cleveland. So old and so historic that it was first built for horses, not for engines.
This has been pretty much like this for 125 years. You can see they covered these side rails to protect from the horses running in and out.
Every inch a reminder of the generations of service that came before.
This is my father, Captain Henry McCloskey.
Among them, Battalion Chief Zach McCloskey. His father, Henry McCloskey, joined the Cleveland Fire Department in 1982 and spent his entire firefighting career at Station 26.
I mean, he loved this station. I mean, even when he was he loved the old stations. This station is basically like a traditional firehouse. Like, you walk in with the subway bricks and the old school and the history.
Zach and his brother would visit their father, witnessing what it meant to serve their community.
My mom would bring us up to the station, and actually I have some pictures of me when I'm like 13 years old in the apparatus, not driving, but sitting in the fire truck, and me and my brothers on the back. It's just like, it's always been like home. Some fire stations are just stations, some are firehouses, but this is, I would say, is a fire home.
It wasn't long before Zach and his brother followed in their father's footsteps, becoming firefighters themselves.
This is my father. I'm up here in the right corner.
They had the chance to work briefly together here at Station 26.
It was nice to be able to like just experience like being at the fire station and working with my dad and being, you know, not only a son but also a peer.
While Captain Henry McCloskey gave his passion for firefighting to his sons, he found a different way to honor his Station 26 brothers.
He did a lot of portraits of like firefighters in the station. He'd paint paintings of them. They were on the wall for years, and then I think they're at my mom's house now. Like there's a firefighter here today that his name is Calvin Calhoun. My dad had a portrait of him, then my mom ended up giving it to him.
My name is Kelvin Calhoun. I work at Engine 26 on 79th and Kisner. Captain McCloskey's son, Zach, ended up growing up in this station, and he became my captain as well later. So I was a fireman under his father and a fire under Zach as well. So I really admire Zach. He's like my little brother. Like I said, I've been here for 26 years, and my son actually grew up in this station as well. He's 26 now. So I used to bring him up all the time. And all our kids grew up together.
Adding to the already unique character of this home away from home, Station 26 is also known affectionately by another name.
Well, the Batcave has been our little thing for years since I've been here, because we was in the middle, like I said, of all the projects before. It was apartments as far as you could see, and we were right in the middle of it, so we kind of like hooked on to the bat thing, so we adopted the bat signal, which is great.
This firehouse is full of quirks, history, and a bond that can never be burned.
Have a lot of great firefighters that came through this station, and most of the people who work here, they love it because it's such a historical spot. I mean, you can look at all the natural beauty here from years ago. This station has been open since the 1800s, so it's like, it's a privilege to work here.
My name is Robert Reed. I'm a retired firefighter. My father was a firefighter from 1950 to 1980, and he did his whole 30 years at this station. So I have a bunch of memories as a kid, sliding down the pole and hitting the commissary up for candy and all kind of fun.
Robert's father, Claude Reed, was the first African-American firefighter to work at Station 26.
I do remember one of my fondest memories of this station and my father was the camaraderie at that time between the firefighters. And this had to be, I would say, in the very early 70s, you know, and the world was quite different then. But I learned a lot from my father, him being in the position that he was in. He took his position very seriously.
Like Zach, Robert grew up surrounded by the history and brotherhood of the station.
I've worked up under Zach's father, Henry McCloskey. When I came here in '89, he was a firefighter here. Henry was a funny guy and a very nice man.
The men who served here and the families they raised left a mark that is still felt today.
I have great memories of just sitting here and like watching the sunset, and then all the passers-by and the community that walks by, and just interacting with them, and just how they seem to always love us. And I feel like we try to do a good job and like take care of people when they're at their worst a lot of times.
After retiring from a career of serving others, Captain Henry McCloskey died of cancer.
It's kind of hard because he, hold on, it's good. Especially when he was here for years, that we didn't even have exhaust systems. So, you know, any of the exhaust would probably go up into his room, and like, I don't know if that's what caused his cancer, or, you know, but it couldn't have helped.
Even now, Captain McCloskey's presence lingers in these walls, a quiet reminder of the strength and heart he brought to Station 26.
He believed in hard work. He was just a very strong, courageous guy.
Captain Henry McCloskey's passing is a reminder of the risk firefighters face, not only in the line of duty, but sometimes long after the sirens fade. And while nothing can erase that pain, it underscores the importance of the health and safety of our first responders. Station 26 has stood here since 1898, but what makes it historic also makes it hazardous. That's why the move to a new station, while difficult, is necessary.
And I was going to save the things, the wipes that I use to wipe off my desk, because I'm very cognizant of the risks of industrial exposure to cancers.
Station 26 Captain Matthew Crockett's office sits right above the fire engines.
So the main thing will be completely separated from there, from our turnout gear and our apparatus. So I'm still going to bring the air purifiers, but I don't think they're going to be as clogged, and I don't need to clean them as much.
And he's right. Just less than a mile up Kinsman Road is this $4 million state-of-the-art facility, the new Station 26. It includes hot, warm, and cold zones to protect firefighters from carcinogens.
So fire apparatus themselves produced noxious chemicals, and being exposed to those noxious chemicals over the long term is not good. And so we want to keep our firefighters away from vehicles that are running particularly. And then we also want to keep them away from their bunker gear, their clothing that was being used during the actual firefighting, because that itself carries carcinogens with it.
The building is equipped with a new $32,000 extractor and a more than $200,000 worth of new air packs, turnout gear, and equipment, paid for with the assistance to firefighter grants. It's a move Medical Director of Public Safety, Dr. Jeremiah Escajeda, says will help keep our firefighters protected.
It makes me very happy. I think we can all agree that the emergency responders in our city, including firefighters, including EMS, they should have the safest work environment as possible. And building a station like this is contributing to that.
The City of Cleveland initiated the project in 2022 under Mayor Frank Jackson for a new facility. In September of 2025, the move finally took place. This new response center for the Kinsman area serves as the home for Engine 26, Engine 41, and EMS Medic 26.
They are not just places for the men and women of both fire and EMS to come and get rest and wait for the next 911 call, but they are truly a hub for our community. It's a hub for safety, a hub for resources, but especially on Kinsman Road in the southeast side, a hub for promise, hope, and opportunity as well too.
We want to make sure that we're taking care of our firefighters, our police officers, and our EMS personnel. And again, this to me is a commitment for that. We have dollars dedicated for our police stations, as Council Safety Chair Lindsay just mentioned. And we also have dollars for renovating our fire stations as well.
For veterans like Robert Reed and Captain Summers, the technology alone marks a major step forward in the profession they devoted their lives to.
The job was extremely dangerous back in them days, and the progress was very tangible from the time I got on. You could see how much of the technology has helped, made our job a lot easier, a lot safer.
And when we asked what he thinks his father would say,
my father had a sharp sense of humor that I inherited some of. I think his first comment would be about time. I think that's probably the first thing he would say.
Others who served at 26 decades ago, like former Captain Don Summers, have seen how much firefighting has changed.
It used to be when you started the engine, all you had was a big black cloud, and they don't have that anymore. So there'll be more technology, I'm sure. It's going to be all new. And I think the fellows should be looking forward to making the move. I'm sure there's questions that all of them will ask, but I think it's going to be a good move.
But even on a day devoted to moving forward, the grand opening ceremony of the new 26, reminders of the past were close at hand. A local photographer shared historic images of the old Station 26, giving Captain Crockett a chance to reflect on the place he once called home.
It's okay to be upset about it, but we can't let that outshine the fact that we're here to serve the people of Cleveland.
It's bittersweet for the firefighters at Engine 26, but it's a much clearer future that best serves them, their health, and the community. We met up with Zach again at the ceremony.
You know, I was reading about the old station, and when it was opened, I just looked at it. They dedicated it March 8th, 1898, and they're like, it's going to be this modern building. And you know, it's funny because exact same words, you know, 126 years later, that this is like a modern facility. Things change, but they're still the same in a lot of ways, and it's exciting. It's a new era.